Stay tuned for an important message from Glynn Academy.
Hello, my name is Liam Kelso, competition co-chair for Glynn Academy DECA, and today I'm talking about the word transparency. But first, let's see how the people of Glynn Academy interpret transparency. First, let's start off by hearing what teachers and admin have to say about transparency. So as a counselor here at Glynn Academy, what does transparency mean to you?
Transparency to me as a counselor means being very open, honest, and forthcoming so that we can try to understand exactly what you're coming from and what your needs are. So if you're not transparent, if you're not telling me the truth, I can't help you in the way that you need to be helped. So I love the word transparency because most times kids are transparent for the most part. You have some that might not tell you everything, but for the most part, we want to know, the truth so that we can help you in any way that you need to be helped.
Awesome, thank you. So as a research teacher here at Glynn Academy, what does transparency mean to you and in the context of your class?
I would say that transparency, as a teacher, means good communication with students, good communication with parents. And in the context of my class, it's the same thing. We have certain ethical considerations that we always have to be aware of when we do our research. So we have a lot of open discussions about lots of topics with the kids that are real world based problems. And so sometimes the answers are not just cut and dry like a regular class. So I think transparency is also, not always telling them what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. Right.
Ms. Halfield, the research teacher, just brought up a great point when discussing transparency. She brought up the word ethics. Now, just a little bit of background on what ethics is. Ethics is the principles that guide human behaviors, helping individuals and groups determine what is right and wrong, or just or unjust. Now back to the program. So as a teacher here at Glynn Academy, what does transparency mean to you?
Transparency to me as an educator means being honest. I think that everything should be out in the open and secrets should not be kept.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Now let's look at how students perceive the word transparency. What is the first word that comes to your mind when I say the word transparency?
Honesty.
When I say transparency, what's the first word you think of?
Openness.
How would you describe someone that is transparent?
Someone who is straightforward and clear.
How do you interpret the word transparency?
Being truthful. Go.
What does transparency mean to you?
Being clear.
Go.
What is the first word that pops into your head when I say transparency?
Just.
What is the first word that pops? What does transparency mean to you?
Being open and honest with people.
After hearing what fellow students and admin have to say about transparency at Glynn Academy, I'm here to give you the official definition. Transparency is about being easy to understand and having thoughts or feelings that are open and easily perceived. Transparency is a huge part of the business world. It promotes building a culture of openness that strengthens relationships. It drives accountability and promotes a long-term success. This does not only have to be implemented in the business world, it can be implemented throughout your daily life as well. Thank you for coming along and learning what transparency truly means. After hearing what